After helping to rescue Toby and proving her worth, Mavis had been allowed to travel down the tramway to Farquhar Station. Finally free of the quarry fines, Mavis slowly became a more common sight at the station and the yard. And she made more friends too. She already knew Toby, of course, and soon became more acquainted with Thomas and Percy. But of all the engines, Mavis wanted to get to know Daisy since they had only met once before. "It's nice to see another diesel," she bubbled excitedly. Daisy was glad to see Mavis too, of course, but seeing Mavis always meant seeing trucks too. Daisy wasn't at all keen of trucks, especially dirty ones, and so liked to keep well clear of them. "She never seems to have the time to stop and say hello," thought Mavis to herself. "Perhaps if I show her how expertly I can handle trucks, she'd be impressed." When she next saw Daisy at the station, Mavis tooted gaily at her. "Hello, Daisy. Lovely day." "Yes, indeed, dear," replied Daisy. "Wonderful day to have one's paintwork shine." Mavis smiled cheerfully as she began shunting the trucks around the yard. She moved some empty trucks out of the sidings towards the station where Daisy stood. Daisy felt this was close enough for the trucks. "Anyway, can't stay for idle chatter. One must keep up the timetable, you know." "Goodbye, dear," called Daisy, and she flounced away before Mavis could get another word in. "Fiddlesticks," muttered Mavis. Her plan had failed. Defeated, she returned slowly to the quarry with her empties, determined to think of another way to impress Daisy. But however much she thought, she couldn't think of a way how. A few days later, Daisy rode into the top station with her midday train. She was feeling pleased with herself, but as the passengers disembarked, the station master walked up to her. "Percy's not feeling well," he explained. "Thomas will cover his trains, but his trucks still need to be shunted away." "So get Toby to do it," murmured Daisy. "He's not here at the moment." "You are. They need sorting immediately." "Me? Me? I can't shunt trucks." "You can," came a blunt reply. "Shunting a few away won't do you any harm." Daisy was cross, but she knew protesting would be fatal. She slipped away as quickly as she could. If she had to shunt trucks, then she'd make fast work of it. She was coupled up and pushed them towards the sidings, muttering all the while. The trucks knew she wasn't experienced. "Let's have some fun," they whispered in their silly way. Daisy was too preoccupied to notice. They were nearing the end of the siding when the trucks launched forward. On, they cried. Daisy was terrified. "Help!" With a loud bump, the trucks banked into the buffers. They hadn't been moving fast enough to cause any damage, but the trucks didn't care. They knew they had rattled Daisy. Poor Daisy was so taken aback, she screwed her eyes shut tight. "Is everything all right?" Daisy opened her eyes. There, coming towards the yard, was Mavis. Daisy thought she was the most wonderful sight. "Oh, Mavis, save me from these wretched things," she cried. Mavis quickly took control. As Daisy scuttled back to the station, she saw Mavis shunt the trucks into place. Daisy was very thankful and showered Mavis in praise. From then on, the two Daisies became good friends. They get on very well and talk whenever they can. Mavis is very glad of this. Daisy is happy too, especially when Mavis is there to keep the trucks away from her.